I'm trying to see if I get a notification from you.
Okay.
So we're live. We're live. We're building an audience for you. Is that true? I don't know. Okay. Oh, I see you.
It's okay. I'm popular.
Yeah.
I'm sure 2 people will be watching at least.
2 people is better than 1
That's
person.
Chris and my mom, probably.
Hi, Mom. I mean, hi.
She's already asleep in
Chris,
Australia.
You know? They're like,
Let's
okay,
see.
fine.
See,
He
we
says
have 2
doing
people.
live.
We have 3 people.
We're gonna give face
Hi.
because, you know, we need
They
to.
keep popping up.
And all that. You know? Hey, guys.
Hi. Hi,
So-
Vicky.
Hey, Monica.
Monica's your friend?
No, it's your friend. I haven't even
Is
started
Monica my
sharing
friend?
yet.
Hi.
Okay, so. Oh, I see you.
Elaine, hello. Just waiting for this guy to share the video on his Facebook.
I've shared. Okay.
Hi, Ginny. Yeah, so this is my first live session, the first of many to come. I am going to do this once a week if you guys like it. If you don't, that's too bad, just don't watch it. John is my first guest. So my series is called Out of Office. How is the sound? Can you guys hear it?
I think they can.
Why
are you doing this?
Can you give me a like if you can hear the
Yeah.
sound? Okay, good. Great.
I'm liking ourselves, basically. I'm just. You know that the fake audience?
Hi, John watching.
Hi.
Okay, so my series is called Out of Office, and this is where I will be featuring a series of entrepreneurs who are from my new skin business, mostly my new skin partners, who have left their office jobs or left their traditional businesses with a physical office and then built up their own digital business using New Skin as a platform to leverage. So very privileged to have my first hi Monica, very privileged to have my first guest John with me. The reason I invited him is because he is sort of better looking, right? Agree? Give me a like if you think he's decent looking.
If anyone gives me an angry face,
That's John pressing the button.
I'm gonna unfriend you guys.
I
okay?
see John pressing the like right there. So yeah, because so he used to work in a very prestigious hotel in Hong Kong in marketing, and then subsequently in an investment bank, so in a very high-paying job. And I invited him as my first guest because I think that
Someone's trolling
Chris
us.
angry. I think
Chris.
yeah, he's my first guest because I think that a lot of my friends have very similar backgrounds. So a lot of us are professionals in Hong Kong with very high-paying jobs, and so I wanted him to share his story with us and how he, managed to build his business digitally. One very cool thing about him is that he has actually now moved to Chiang Mai, or sort of half moved to Chiang Mai. With his family. His wife is from Chiang Mai. So it's awesome to have that kind of lifestyle where you can actually live both in Hong Kong and in Chiang Mai or wherever you want to, basically. Can you tell us a little bit more about yourself and how you sort of got started in the New Skin business?
Okay, hello, Issa's friend. I've actually shared this Facebook Live event to my friends, so whoever is jumping in, you know me, so the reason why I'm explaining myself is because some of Issa's friends might not know who I am.
Now you're famous.
No, of course. No, but the reason why we're doing this together is because we're on the same business platform, and why we do this is not because not only because that we're working together, but we feel like this is something that we really love doing, and we want to tell more people about. So my story is basically happened about 6-7 years ago when my friends told me about New Skin, and back then I was working in an investment bank. That was my last job, and it was great. It was okay. Hey Calvin, hey Ada, how's it going? Previous to my investment bank job, I also spent 9 years working in the hospitality industry, and work for me is fine, right? Everyone works in Hong Kong for a certain company,
And people would think that it's very glamorous to work for a big hotel like that. It's a very prestigious hotel.
Yeah. What people don't understand is work, and so for me, the glamour feeling only lasted for no more than like 6 months or something.
But you were there for how long?
So I spent 8 years in the hospitality industry. I spent 1 year in the investment bank.
Yeah.
But ultimately, what the purpose of my job was to work hard, don't get fired, and to make that paycheck by the end of the month, right? So that was the sole purpose of working, and the rest of the time it's me enjoying life, hanging out with my friends and all that. And so
He loves to do that. Now he does that full time.
basically, right? But the 10 years working in the industry got me thinking about my future. As I got more serious, as I matured, I started thinking about my life. My life as in what's going to happen when I'm 40 years old, 50 years old, when I retire. Whether I want to be in that industry or whether I want to work the same lifestyle as my bosses are working, right? And I told myself, I don't know. I don't know whether I like to be that kind of person. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing or anything. It's just it doesn't fit my personality. So when my friend, who's also in the business, told me about Nu Skin, at first I was reluctant because nobody likes the network marketing business because they don't know anything. I didn't know anything about. But there's this giving face factor. There's this like, okay, maybe I should just see what it is. And the moment I start like trying the products and learning more about it, it's a total different perspective that I see how it is than how I thought it would be. And I just got into it. And so fast forwarding 5 years now, I'm working in it full time. The quality of life that I'm having, the people that I know, my personal development has changed so tremendously that I'm telling people, hey, this is something that you don't know whether this is for you or not, but at least spend a little bit of time to learn more about it. And maybe it's your thing, maybe it's not, but hey, it's all about the open-mindedness of learning something new. Hey, Fionn, how's it going? And that's what I tell people about. It's something that. How long have I been in? I've been in Nu Skin full time for 5 years.
I've been here for 3.5 years.
So I would say that's a decent amount of time.
Yeah.
In terms of like being serious about the business,
Yes.
at least.
Yeah.
Hey, Janice. Jenny. Is that your friend? Or is that my
Jeannie.
friend?
It's my friend.
Hi, Jeannie.
Hi. Yeah, so when you first started 5 years ago, I imagine it was a little bit different, right? And what, how, in terms of the how you were doing this business, what was it like back then and what is it like now? Easier, more difficult?
There's always going to be challenges.
Yeah.
But as time goes by, my understanding of the business is like more than how I understood the business. So when I communicate with people about whether the product or the business platform, I can grasp like what I need to tell them, right? So it's more like now I'm more experienced. It's like working in any job. It's like doing anything.
Yeah.
Practice makes perfect, right?
Yeah.
So I didn't know anything. I was just doing it, and I would fail, and people would just reject and not talk to me, or they're just not interested, right? Because I didn't know how to present it in a proper way. But with experience, with training that the team provide, I became better at it. Network marketing is changing all the time. And then it is. So in essence, you grow as you become more involved and you become more experienced in the business. So right now, I can tell people that I know very well of what's happening. I can tell people in full confidence what are these products about, and I don't need to depend as much on the team or my sponsor as I had to before, and I have more confidence to tell people about. This is still something that I truly believe that it's great.
And I agree, because I think
Exactly.
we're about being professional, right? And it takes time in any industry or any kind of job or business or role for you to become professional. And it's always, I feel that it's always up to you as to how long you want to spend to wait until you become professional, right? The people are extremely hardworking. They become professional in 6 months, 3 months, a year, and then some who kind of like dabble in it, and then after 10 years maybe they're still not that professional. And I think that's why that's one of the biggest problems in the industry, because it's so easy to enter, easy entry, right? Easy exit.
Yeah, and so essentially, okay, first off, the 15 people that's watching here, I encourage you to actually tap on the likes or share this if you feel like your friends and people that you know would enjoy this conversation. But going back to what you were saying, I think what people don't realize is any project you want to pursue in life, there's always going to be a learning curve. And people who have this mentality of, oh, you're gonna make money overnight, it's not true.
Yeah.
It's not true. And if anyone tells you that you can be rich like in a week or in a month, they're lying to you essentially, right? How did you start at the beginning? So I would say 90% of the people, including myself, starts Nu Skin part-time. And the reason for that is also because it's not a job that pays you with a base salary. This is a business platform that, as sales volume increases, you make more money out of it, right? So yes, I started part-time, and I think you did that.
I started part-time.
Part-time as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I mean, you are building a business, right? And like any business, it takes time for the returns to start coming in. So you need to allow yourself that time to transition. And I think fortunately, network marketing is one of those things that will give you that time for you to allow you to transition slowly without having to sacrifice, your daytime job or your pay, which in Hong Kong is extremely rare because rent is crazy, mortgage, kids, everything is so expensive. It's hard to let go of that income. And I mean, like you, John, right? You were also a highly paid professional. How long did it take for you to make that transition? And did you have any struggles when you were making that transition?
It wasn't easy at all. Easy at all. And this is the long-term game plan. You have to have that mindset when you're when you're making a decision in terms of, going into this business. For me, the struggle was letting go of my status, letting go of my ego, and even letting go of what I knew that I thought that was sufficient to be successful in this business. So, and I constantly tell people how this is essential in the network marketing business because it's so unique and it's so different from what most people have done in their lives, whether you're working in a job or whether you're like doing a conventional business, right? And because when you don't have any experience and you're trying to get into the business, you have to learn from the expert. Essentially, what it means is you have to listen and apply and humble yourself. And I think that is what I struggled at the beginning as a guy.
Yeah.
Because let's just face it, right? Guys have a bigger ego most of the time. And as a professional,
Tell
as
me
a
about it.
college graduate.
It's true.
Hey, Chris! Hint. But no, I mean, as you grow older, right? As you grow older, you have the experience and you feel like you know your shit, but you don't. Sorry, I don't know if I'm supposed to say the S word or the F word here, but
Yeah, swear all you like. Have a few more drinks.
I have no ego. Right. But the point is, if you feel like this is something that you want to be engaged with, then you want to try all you can to grasp the knowledge of it and go forward with, right? But I always know my shit. Yeah.
All right. Too much shit.
And I think with different people, they have different struggles to begin with. And that was my biggest struggle, to let go of the things, the knowledge, the experience I have.
So now that you kind of live in Chiang Mai and Hong Kong at the same time, do you feel that your business runs in the same way? Or do you feel that it's more difficult to juggle, or how much work are you able to do online, for example?
So location is one thing. How I conduct the business is also another thing. I'm in Chiang Mai, which is a very nice place of Thailand, and I really enjoy it. But communication is a challenge.
Yeah.
Knowing the customer or even the people I want to engage with is also a challenge. But what I like about it is also having the flexibility to do it, right? So let's just say if you were to be in any other business or if you were to work in any other job, you don't necessarily have the flexibility of working in a different place and talking to a clientele that you can monetize on. But this is a platform that is global. And
I wish. Oh yeah, I went to Chiang Mai without telling you. We're in Chiang Mai now.
But essentially, I enjoy the challenge, which I have to get used to understanding this new place that I'm venturing out to. But understanding that it's also a market that I've never tapped into, and I have the possibility of engaging with the people. So for me, I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I do agree that
Where are we, guys?
it's not right for everyone. I do think that this business is not for everyone. But if you love people like we do, if you like learning new things, if you're very open-minded, up for adventures, then this is definitely something that might be right for you. Because we're always learning something new, and we're kind of forced to meet new people all the time.
What is your biggest challenge, by the way?
My biggest challenge,
Because you've been in the business for 3 years.
Yeah.
And you're a girl, so you don't have much ego.
I think some people watching might disagree with that. But I didn't have any trouble. You know, some people think that, oh, you're a lawyer, right? So why did you quit to do this kind of thing, right? Or new skin, right? The taboo word.
I'm sure people are thinking about it if
because
they're not asking you directly, right?
Well, I'm sure. And I'm sure people think, she's nuts. But I didn't have any problems putting that down. Because I already quit my job as a lawyer to start my own business in wedding photography anyway.
Yeah.
And I knew that it really wasn't going to give me the kind of life that I wanted. I'm all for freedom. I love being able to work anywhere. I love working my own hours, calling the shots. So I knew that, staying as a lawyer wasn't going to give me that. So I didn't have problems putting that down. But what I do find as my main challenge is really working with so many different people and being a leader and sort of, leading a team, basically, because it's all sorts of people. You're working with hundreds of people, thousands of people at the same time. And everyone is different. They do things differently. And that's where I think what you mentioned, the personal growth really comes in. And I think that in this business, I've learned more in leadership and personal development skills than I ever have in anything else that I've done.
I think, no, you're absolutely right. This is all about people management. Ultimately, if you want to be successful, it's all about communication, training, and coaching.
Yeah.
But that's also what I love.
Yeah.
In a sense, I know how it's so difficult to talk to people of different age group, different background, different even ethnicity, right? At this point. But at the same time, I'm so happy. Just before this Facebook Live event, I was talking with a friend of mine, and he's working in a big corporation, senior management, and he's Indian of ethnicity. But because of my business, I'm encouraged to connect with these people of different background, right? I look so good in the fisheye mode. and for me, the engagement was so fascinating, because now I get to know his perspective of what he thinks about me and my business and all that. And if I were to be working in a bank, or say if I were to work in a hotel, I don't need that effort. I didn't need to put in that effort to connect with people outside of, let's just say, my comfort zone. And for me, it's a challenge. At the same time, it's something that I enjoy doing.
Yeah, and I find that your values become very different, because what I saw before as a lawyer, not that it wasn't good, but I think I was always amongst a very privileged group of people, people who've had a lot more opportunities in life, who've had a lot more, and I took a lot of things for granted. But now, because I am actually in connection with so many different people from all sorts of backgrounds, and it's just really opened up my horizons, and exposed me to many different sort of values.
By the way, I encourage you to ask us any questions if you have, like where we are, what we're doing here, what we're talking about, and all that, because I know you might have just jumped in right now and you don't know what's happening, but I'm Isa's friend, and we're also in the same business platform. So if you haven't seen me, no, I'm not her new boyfriend, right?
He's married, by the way. Sorry, all the single girls.
So, but this is something that we want to share because we have the same business platform, and hopefully you can be entertained or you can learn something from our experience. That's all. All right. So what else? You have to ask me about.
You've managed to build up your business internationally. So you've got business in many countries in the world, and largely I think it was because you are able to use social media really well. So can you share with us on some tips on how you managed to do that, and some of the challenges?
It's still a learning curve for me, but what I've tried to do 2 years ago was really to open up my personal life to the world that I don't know any of, right? So Facebook is a platform, but beyond Facebook, there's also other like social media platforms that you can use to connect with people from all over the world. Instagram, naturally. I use Periscope, which is an app that is a medium of live streaming, and I got to know about it about almost like 2 years ago.
So he's a celebrity on Periscope. Actually, he's got so many followers that the South China Morning Post did an interview on him.
I think I kind of pushed it through.
So yeah, lots of followers.
But the mindset was I wanted to connect with more people because that is the nature of the business. Ultimately, I need to build my network, and so when I knew that social media is a platform that has no boundaries within like the physical location or within like who you know, and so I latched onto it and I tried using it, not knowing what it is, and the experience has been really, really phenomenal. Meaning, not only that I know people from different countries, but from different background and over time. And this is not something that you can do overnight, but if you are willing to open up yourself to, hi Jenny, if you are willing to open up yourself to the world, then people will reciprocate. In a sense, if they trust you and if you build that rapport, they will tell you what they need and they will connect with you in a way that you've never imagined before. So I've been able to not only acquire businesses and partners, but also build friendship over these platforms, and it's been great. How important was consistency in building such a big following. Allison, it's like anything else, right? So it's a habit that you have to get yourself into doing, even in the lowest of lowest days. You still have to do it because people need to see you constantly doing it to know that you're serious about it. It tells people how committed you are in doing anything. Hey, Sweden! Auntie SD! Auntie SD is a Singaporean living in Sweden.
That's
I love her.
awesome. I love Sweden.
Auntie SD! And she's a great chef.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. You know much about hashtags. Hashtag is applicable in a couple of platforms like Instagrams and Twitter. If you know how to use them, you can essentially get people of the same interest to connect with you. But it's not only hashtags. It's about your content. It's about.
He wants to say it's about how good looking you are, but exception to every rule.
If you're as pretty as Isa, it would be easier than how I'm just constantly trying to make a fool of myself to keep people engaged, right? But I think
this is public, so they should be able to see it on my Facebook.
You both
they don't have to be my friend.
Confirm my partners Annie and Henry also. What do you mean confirm? Say hi, you mean hello? What is the practical advice to part-timer who is super busy at a daytime and family already? Allocation of, like, you have to make a schedule. So it's fine doing part-time, but you have to be committed to the part-time schedule that you set yourself into doing this. Meaning, let's just say if you can only spare like 2 hours a day or maybe 10 hours a week, then you really need to commit yourself in doing that 10 hours of work dedicated to Nu Skin when you're doing this part-time. And there's no excuse, right? It's not like, oh, this is part-time, so I'm only going to do it when I have time doing it.
Yeah. It's like It's like
You
any
know?
other business, right? If you open a restaurant, even if you're sick, you have to go in, because if it shuts, there's no business. It's
Yeah.
simply like any other
Yeah.
business. It's no different, I feel.
Yeah.
I mean, only that because there's no consequence if nothing happens in Nu Skin, right? That's why people tend to kind of lose that commitment.
People confuse the term part-time and a hobby. And when people say they're doing it part-time, my understanding is a lot of people think, oh, it's a hobby, so they'll do it when they have time. But no, that's not the case. When you do it part-time, that means this is a project that might not take a majority of your life, but it still needs to be dedicated appropriately.
Yeah.
I think that is the major difference that you have to understand.
So
Hey, where's the hearts?
in terms of like, I mean, doing stuff online, because it's already so much more manageable than, say 10 years back when there was no social media, you couldn't do anything online, you had to rely on face-to-face meetings, right? So, I mean, now, how much of your work is actually done online?
I think it will be over 50%. I have to say,
50%, right?
because
Yeah.
most of my network is in Hong Kong, and I mean, when you're talking about social media, it's also like communication systems, like WhatsApp,
training, webinar, everything,
it's more than 50%. I think there needs to be that mentality that if you want to do a network marketing business, offline presence, offline activities, of course you need to do it, but at the same time, do not be afraid and understand that this is the trend. Meaning, if you don't know this, you're going to have a disadvantage because you're not able to connect with people that's outside of your physical location. And when everyone is getting on doing it and you're not doing it, you're missing out, essentially.
Again, I think it's no different to any other business. I mean, all businesses do marketing online. It's digital marketing. That's the way of the future.
Not knowing is not an excuse. You just have to do it anyway.
Yeah.
And there's also commitment. Yeah, but there are so many anti-SD. It's a good statement, but there are also so many resources, and I think it's up to that person's willingness to learn and to develop that knowledge, right? So I have no knowledge of social media to begin with, and I just embraced it. I embraced it. Like, I don't care if people are going to make fun of me. I'm not going to care if people are going to say this guy is talking to the screen himself, acting like a fool, because I know what I'm doing, and if you understand what you're doing, then you're only going to get better.
Yeah, and I always think that you tend to attract the right sort of people anyway. Yes. I mean, that your followers are going to be people who have similar values to you, who like your content. Because people who don't like you, they're not going to follow you, right? So it's only natural that you attract people who like you.
And don't you don't even have to try being someone else.
Yeah.
Because understand that just by being yourself, you will attract the people who are like you. And as weird as you can be, right? As like dorky as this guy is, I still have people that would
Give
say,
him some love.
Hey, this guy is likable for whatever reason, and so I'm going to follow him and check out what he has to say about anything, right? So it's not that you have to be someone else when you're on a social media platform, or it's not like you have to mimic a successful person because you think they're doing something successful. It's about being yourself and expressing that, and also connecting with the people that you want to connect with. Of course, if you have a negative vibe, or if you are a person, hey, come in. If you're someone that is just obnoxious to begin with, then I mean, don't bother, right?
Unless you want to show it to the world.
I mean, if you're like a psychopath, right? If you're like a serial murderer, then maybe you'll attract that kind of people. But just don't mention the Nu Skin word, because we don't want you.
Just don't recruit him then.
Yeah, I mean,
sorry, being a bit sexist.
Yeah,
there.
but I'm like, if you're a racist, you can't attract racists. I'm just saying, that's how social media works.
So John is really good at Periscope, which is a live streaming broadcasting platform. What would you actually recommend? What is a good platform that you would recommend for people who want to build a bigger social media presence?
Okay, so there's all kinds of medium in the social media platform, right? There's like blogs, there's photographs, there's photography, there's videos, there's live stream. You don't have to do live stream if you don't like to do it. And it's all depends on what you want to express yourself. What is the best medium to do it? Just because I am so talkative, and I'm shameless, so I can't be bothered with video editing and all that. So I choose live streaming, the medium to present myself, to do that storytelling that I like to do. But let's just say, for you, take you for example, like if you're
I'm a photographer.
Yeah, like if you're a photographer, if that is the way that you prefer to express yourself, then by all means do it, right? Use it to attract the people that you want to attract. And if you're really good at it, and if you're consistent about it, then you're going to attract the people. Now, of course, this is something that's new that you might like, you might not like, and you should not limit yourself to only doing one medium. But understanding the trend of social media, meaning people are doing more of this. This is, in fact, a very engaging platform. If you look at this right now, I don't know how many comments we have, but I think we have more than 30 comments already.
Yeah.
And the fact is, I love this. But I might be biased, right? But it's not mandatory, but definitely think about it, because it's something that can potentially have a lot of good results,
A lot of engagement. Hi, Caleb.
Who's Caleb?
Oh, he's a personal trainer. I'm going to plug a bit for him.
Okay.
He's very good at social media.
Is he?
Yeah.
Is he in Hong Kong or in Chiang Mai?
Yeah, he's in Hong Kong. He's a freelance personal trainer.
All right.
Fantastic following on Instagram. Very good video editing skills.
Caleb, if you want your audience to hear us shouting you out, you might want to share this, right?
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah. What time is it now? I don't want to overrun too much.
It's 34 minutes down.
Okay.
So how much time do we have left?
It's basically 30 minutes. I don't want it to go on for too long.
Okay.
But I do have one final question for
Yeah.
you. So what do you see are the upcoming trends in network marketing in,
Network
say, the
marketing.
next 10 years?
Okay, I want to check out this Roy guys. So getting followers I have found to be easy. The issue is converting followers to sales. What are your top 3 strategies to sales, whether for consulting or selling goods? Do you know Roy?
Good question. Yes.
Okay, let's answer Roy's question and then we'll come back to your question. There's something called the marketing funnel, and you need to Google this. And it's all like a purchasing journey, meaning you first connect with people, and then you have to tell them, and you have to lead them to the way that you need. You funnel them down that purchasing journey. So understanding that marketing funnel and then having a construct of instructions of guiding them through that is essential. So if it's something that you're not familiar with, I encourage you to Google it. There's a lot of information about it, and if you want to connect, I'm more than happy to also share how I do it. But essentially, this is just the beginning part of it. And let's just say if you have a certain product or service to pitch, then you have to go maybe down the private chat way, and
so kind of narrowing down and directing them to the
it's a science.
to the close. Right?
It's a science, but there are rule books, there are manuals that you can follow to do. Sorry, your question was what are the
trends in network marketing in the next 10 years? Or how do you think the industry will change?
I think I can't speak for all the network marketing companies, right? But I think customization is definitely one of the biggest things. Meaning, there are companies that are really, really trying to tailor-make the products to individuals' need. Meaning, if you have a product that can fit my need and your need, exactly how we prefer our product to be, then that's definitely something that's going to be a hit. Yep. Okay, so in a sense, I always look at whatever companies and what they're doing and how they're doing it. But I think customization is definitely a trend. Product-wise, I don't know. I'm more like a tech guy, right? So I like to geek out on technology.
See, it's good to have people like that, so I don't have to do that kind of stuff.
Yeah. I mean, Apple
Leverage.
is great. What is Chris? I'm stuck there because I'm stuck there. What?
In
Ron,
building
what
a
are your
big
top-
following. Before the funneling,
This is
it's
what you
stuck
do.
at the top.
This is what you do.
I'm not sure that will work quite well. Viewers have just dropped to 0, John. Please stop. And this is him sober.
After 2 hours of drinking. No, but whatever works. I don't know. Like, it depends on the person, right? You just have to keep trying and keep making fun of yourself and not afraid to fail. Really. Yeah.
I mean, you could be dead serious and still attract the right sort of people. It could be very informative.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be very wide.
I've seen really boring people, and they still have following.
Who's the following?
Yeah. You know? Hey, keep it PG. This is PG.
Oh, I can't believe I invited him as my first guest. It was embarrassing. I'm going to lose all my friends on Facebook.
Oh.
What's going to happen? Is
I
it
don't
going
know.
to post?
It is, but you have to
I'm going
kind
to finish off because my phone is out of memory. I don't want to lose this video.
face kind of froze here.
So
Oh,
I'm
it's going
just
on.
gonna.
No,
Is
it's
it
okay. It's okay.
Well, then I'm gonna wrap up because it won't post otherwise.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm gonna finish off. Sorry, I have to end so abruptly. I don't want to lose the video.
Wait, no.
But
Wait, what is happening here?
but you guys,
Wait, no.
is it okay? Because if I run out of storage, the video doesn't get posted. That's just a lag.
It's going on. It's still going on.
Yeah. Okay. I'm probably gonna have to wrap up anyway, because it's over 30 minutes. But thanks for watching, guys. This is my first one. I hope to make it better. If you've got any comments or questions, interested in the business, or even interested in different social media topics, things you would like me to cover, feel free to just PM me on Facebook, and we will have a chat. So thanks for watching Out of Office, and I'll see you guys.
Hey, this is
next
live.
week.
Shit
I promise
happens.
I'll have technician. Next
You know what it is. But
Thank you, Roy.
I hope you enjoyed this. What I encourage you is, if you have any comment, right, about this whole thing, go direct to talk to Isa about this. And if there's anything that I can help you with, it doesn't have to be just Newskin, but social media and all that. Just let Isa know that she has my contact. If you're not like, scary, then I'll talk to you.
Like flashing and stuff on Facebook.
Nothing wrong
Yeah.
about that.
All right, I'll see you guys next week. Thanks for
Okay.
watching.
Bye.
Bye.